Welcome to Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink, for our look back at classes C and D for round number 2 at Knockhill, held under beautiful weather conditions, ready for the guys to hit the track. Qualifying, as ever, was a bit of a mixed bag, with everybody out on track trying to find the perfect lap. A busy Knockhill with classes C and D all out there toying for positions, trying to find that little bit of free track time to make sure you don't get your lap compromised. Catching a car in the wrong place in Knockhill can really screw up your qualifying session, so it's all important that you find that perfect lap. Blair McConaughey was back in his Caterham, which was good to see. No daily driver this time. And just look at David Rabowski there, catching that car, almost Scandinavian, flicking it in towards McIntyre's. And another man trying to kill himself there is Martin Henry, but thankfully Martin catches that. Winner of round number 1 in C class was Martin Henry, but you're just back in from qualifying and you don't seem terribly happy. The team don't anyway.
No, this morning we certainly went better. We were doing 56s. It was like 56.9, which is the best I've ever done. And it was 57.3, I think, was my best before this. So I was well happy this morning, but this afternoon we've changed a couple of things and it's just not as good as what it was, so maybe going back to what it was.
Steve Ackerley from Forest in his Westfield Mega Busa, and PT was back on track in the number 100 car. Big shout out to Mark Dawson, the SMRC racer, who is back out here in his Super Copa, along with Keith Cowie. Mark Irvine jumps through the shot there as well, and all these guys starting to get the hang of what qualifying is about, trying to go through the proper simulation of what their super lap will be at the end of the day, where it's an out lap, a fast lap and an in lap. Blair McConaughey was a man on form. Last time I saw him, he was in a 5 Series BMW around here, and it looked like driving an oil tanker around an Asda car park. Thankfully though, the little Caterham was back up to speed and getting faster. But it was going to have to get a lot faster, because this man here is quick. Fine. I know you've got your family here watching from Spain as well, so there's a lot of pressure.
Just a bit, yeah. I better try and keep my cool today. The temperature on the track certainly went up, so everything's getting a lot hotter, a lot quicker, so we're having to constantly adjust it a bit, but we're getting there.
Yeah, great seeing Chris Cherry back on form in this championship. Moving in towards the finals. Again, nice dry weather conditions, although there was a threat of an incoming shower as we get Bobby Davey going through in his Lotus Elise. Jean-Luc Cartwright in the lovely Lexus, rear-wheel drive Lexus. Alex Milne into Duffy's dip, turn 1 too hot, misses the corner, runs wide at the bottom and gathers it all back up before he gets towards McIntyre. Mark Irvine as well in his beautiful Focus ST rockets through our shot. Paul Tomlinson and unfortunately Beggars, Ewan Begbie getting a little bit keen on the brake pile into the hairpin, and that was looking like a good lap for him, so he was absolutely devastated with that one, was Ewan Begbie. Thankfully keeping his car in line was the big Rabowski this time, going through McIntyre's and getting faster and faster with each run. But look at that line through the chicane, easily the best line we've seen through the Arnold Clark chicane today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Dawson. Ian Bonthrone, the security man, looking really good and really smooth in his BMW. Ultimately though, he didn't have the pace to get PT. He was the fastest man. But then we come towards car number 44, Stephen Jeffries, in towards McIntyre's, smooth as you like, and fast, but ultimately not as fast as Chris Cherry. Christopher Cherry had the family visiting from Spain, and that obviously gave him a couple of seconds, or at least a good couple of half seconds, in his pocket. In towards hairpin, nice and smooth. Watch this, turns in, gets back to the apex, feeds in the power, uses all the road, nice and smooth. And that was enough to take the D-Class honours. Winner of Class D is Chris Cherry, and Chris, you were under a bit of pressure because the family were over visiting you from Spain, so you had to perform today, and you did with a win.
Yeah, it all came together pretty well, considering after the first round with the turbo failure, got that in, changed over, and it just seemed to, everything went right for us. I think we were fastest throughout the day, so yeah, it was good to get the victory with them here, so yeah, it worked out well.
Great hearing from Chris Cherry there as we catch up with Steve Ackerley and we move into the C-Class drivers now. Jack Reed in a D-Class car, but finds himself in C-Class for his runoff after a little bit of a mix-up in his main run. And look at Martin Henry here. Martin Henry in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and he looks like he's been battling this car from lap 1 A lot of bouncing on the back of that, but again, Martin as ever driving the absolute wheels from that car. Car number 131 was Keith Cowie, the RE Motorsport development car. After a disastrous round one, Keith just needed points on the board, and that is exactly what he got. And then there was Blair. Watch this lap. Absolutely mega. A Caterham on the absolute limit around Knockhill. This complex linked all together, beautiful apex after apex, and in towards apron. Now he locks the front wheel here, but look, he gets off the brake pedal and still manages to slow the car down. Excellent driving from Blair, fully aware of what he was up to, and that was enough to take the C-Class honours for McConaughey. Winner of C-Class is Blair McConaughey, and thankfully it's good to see you back in your Caterham Superlight R, because the first Superlap Scotland we saw you driving your daily driver, the BMW. First of all, what's it like getting back in the Caterham?
Oh, it's just absolutely fantastic. That BMW was a complete boat to get round here. Far too heavy, so many scary moments. Just glad to get it off the track without putting it off the track. So to have a light, nimble, other end of the scale car, just a huge relief.
Did it take you long to get back into the swing of things, or was it kind of instant?
I've had a full season last year, and I've done hills and sprint climbs before, so the car feels quite good. I'm still running in the engine, so it's still feeling a bit tight, but apart from that, it's the old car that I remember.